One of the fastest and most preferred programming language is Python. This could be due to the libraries it provides and the application it has, be it machine learning, artificial intelligence, or even web development. You just name it and Python will be there to help you. Hello everyone, welcome to Learnbay. This is Priya Tiwari. The glimpse of the introduction, you might have understood that we are going to discuss about Python. We will begin with the meaning of Python, why the language is so popular, and what are its features and applications in industry. So without further ado, let us understand what is Python. Python is a widely used general-purpose high-level programming language. It was initially designed by Gordon von Rossum in the year 1991. It has an interpreted, object-oriented, high-level programming language that has dynamic semantics. Its high-level data structures and dynamic typing and binding make it a good choice for rapid application development, as well as for use as a scripting or glue language to connect existing components. Python syntax is simple and easy to learn. It puts an emphasis on being easy to read, which lowers the cost of maintaining programs. Python supports modules and packages, which make it easier to break up programs into smaller parts and reuse the code. Its interpreter and the large standard library can be downloaded for free in source or binary form for all of the major platforms. They can also be shared freely. The development of Python was started firstly as a hobby project because Gordon von Rossum was looking for an interesting project to keep him occupied during Christmas. The programming language in which Python is said to have succeeded is ABC programming language, which had interfacing with Amoeba operating system and had the features of exception handling. He had already helped to create ABC earlier in his career and he had seen some issues with ABC, but like most of the features. After that, what he did was really clever. He had taken the syntax of ABC and some of its good features. It came a lot of complaints too, so he fixed those issues completely and had created a good scripting language that had removed all the flaws. The inspiration for the name came from BBC's TV show Monty Python's Flying Circus, as he was a big fan of the TV show and also wanted to shout a unique and slightly mysterious name for his invention. And hence, he named it Python. The language was finally released in the year 1991. When it was released, it used a lot fewer codes to express the concepts when we compare it with Java, C++ and C. Programmers often fall in love with Python because it makes them more productive. Since there is no compilation step, the cycle of edit, test and debug is very quick in Python. It's even easy to fix bugs in Python programs because segmentation fault will never be caused by a bug or bad input. Instead, when an error is found, the interpreter throws an exception. When the program doesn't handle the exception, the interpreter prints a stack trace. A source level debugger lets you look at local and global variables, evaluate any expression, set breakpoints, move through the code one line at a time, and do other things. The debugger is written in Python itself, testifying to Python introspective power. On the other hand, adding a few print statements to the source code is often the fastest way to debug a program. The fast cycle of edit, test and debug makes this simple method very effective. Features of any programming language makes them attractive and popular, and that is what Python is made up of. Features that make anybody wants to start coding with it. Let us now see the different features Python has stored for us. Python is known for its simplicity. It is said to be a high-level programming language, which means any language which is easy to understand for a human. So the language is very easy to learn as compared to other languages like C, C++, Java and even JavaScript. It's even easy to code and learn in Python, which makes it developer-friendly programming language. The next feature we have is free and open source. Python language is freely available at the official website and you can even download it from there. It is open source, which means that the source code is also available to the public. So you can download it, use it, as well as share it with others, which makes it portable too. Few other features which makes Python stand out is it's easy to debug. Once you know how to read Python error traces, you'll be able to quickly find and fix most of your programming problem. Python is also an integrated language because we can easily integrate Python with other languages like C, C++, etc. Similarly, Python is also an interpreted language because its codes are run one line at a time. Python code doesn't need to be compiled like other codes which we write in C, C++, Java, which makes it easier to find bugs in our code. Python source code is turned into bytecode, which is a form that can be used right away. Lastly, Python has a large standard library with a lot of modules and functions, So you don't have to write your own code for everything. Python has a lot of libraries, like one for regular expressions, unit testing, web browsers, and so on. Now that we are familiar with few amazing features of Python, why don't we look at few well-known companies who uses Python? Let's begin with Google. Google is known for tech giant who uses Python to give better search results, which are provided based on ranking. Similarly, we have Dropbox, which is a cloud storage services that lets you save files online and synchronize them to your device. You can use Dropbox link to share files and folders with other people without sending large attachments. Dropbox, both the server and the client application, are coded using Python. Next, we have our own favorite OTT platform, Netflix. Netflix is known to use machine learning along with Python to give users movies or show recommendations based on their interests. Not even these companies, even NASA scientists uses Python for calculation purposes, which helps them reduce their time. With these examples and real-life applications, you would have understood the importance of Python and how will it benefit you if you learn it. But often people stuck when it comes to taking the first step and questions themselves, how do I start learning Python? Well, we are here to help you. So to begin learning this amazing language, you firstly need to start with basics, which includes variable, data types and operators, which help you to understand data and the different types of data types, such as float, integer, strings, nulls, etc. Naming data and performing operations, which also helps you to obtain logic behind those data. Once you're familiar with the data types, you can move ahead with arrays, which helps you in storing data in a structured manner. Next, you have to understand the flow control and how we can manipulate it using loops and conditions. After that, you can learn different methods which are used to perform different functions, which can be as easy as adding or subtracting numbers to performing the most complex work. Later, learn how to handle files and how you can write and read data in files. By understanding classes and objects, you can then learn about OOPs. And lastly, to master the language, you need to practice Python as much as possible. Let's move on to the last part of the video, which is career objective in Python. Python is not only one of the most widely used programming language in the world, but it also has some of the best job prospects. Every year, more and more people want to hire a Python developer. This high-level programming language is used by a lot of people for a reason. Python can be used in many ways, such as testing, web development, app development and upgrades, and script writing, to name a few. Different programming standards can be used in Python's automatic memory management and dynamic type system. If you learn this skill, you'll have more Python job options than you can think of. Python gives you a lot of options that you can't get with any other programming language. You can become a Python-savvy software developer or data scientist who uses this language to make business data more useful. Always have opportunity, whether you're a Python developer with n number of experience or someone who have just finished its school. When talk about salary or compensation, the average annual salary for a software developer who knows Python is about 5.8 lakhs per annum. If you have the right amount of experience and other skills, you can make a lot more than rupees 10 LPA per year. Other important things are where you work, what certificates you have, and who you work for. A senior software developer can make up to 20 LPA per year if they can also manage a team and a project. A web developer who knows Python can also make around 8 LPA per year. Other rated jobs include software engineer, data scientist, machine learning engineer, data analyst, and many more. As you can see, the scope of Python is not just jobs you can get, but also the money you can make. Here are a few of the options in front of you when you complete your Python. Firstly, we have Python developer. Python developer is one of the most direct jobs you can expect or you can land after acquiring this skill. Secondly, we have data analyst. It is especially for people who like to work with a lot of data and try to figure out what it all means. Next, we have product manager. A product manager helps businesses understand the market and why making one product is better than making another. This is a very important job. Lastly, we have machine learning engineer. If you don't already know, job posting for this position have gone up by more than 30% in the last couple of years. If you know how to use Python, trust me, you will be chosen over other applicants. So now, I hope all of you know what Python is and why it is the most popular programming language. Let us know if you want us to make any project using Python in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Learnbay. Thank you.